And the mics are on?
Mics are on.
I can't hear myself. Oh, there we go.
There, yeah,
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, y'all.
Hello, Twitch.
We get all these cameras here worked out and whatnot, but we are here at the New England Pinball Championships main finals.
Yeah, so round one, this is Nick DiStefano playing right now.
Yep.
One of the top players of the region. Starts off on Doctor Who in a bank that has plenty of Sterns. Interesting to see him go Williams, but feel good with that loop. It could be a game that is very fun.
The loop feels really good on this copy.
He's nailing it.
It's buttery, yeah. After that 4x multiplier, we're just gonna try to get loops. That's the seems like that's the strat.
It's mostly a three-shot game, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, the multi-ball's there. Yeah. It will get you points, but it's generally not going to be the winning strategy compared to somebody that can get the Sonic Booms going.
Right.
Nails
Sonic
it.
Boom next.
Good nudge.
Ooh.
Almost lost
Scary.
control there.
Yeah, way to get it back.
Power in lane.
Yeah.
There it is.
There, that's the one.
Nails the right ramp.
So,
Who led her?
and who there? That's actually, it's a pretty big one for.
And he's making some really good nudges
Yeah, he is.
on the left side there, but that ends ball one, just over 100 mil.
Great start for Nick there.
Yeah, he's happy with that ball one.
For sure. And, on games like this, they're set a little tougher. Like anything like that on Doctor Who is pretty solid.
Yeah.
This game has been known to be pretty brutal.
Nick, we were commenting last night, one of the players that we would have expected to get a bye, but he gets pure game choice of all 4 games if he so chooses. A little bit different than standard finals format. We're doing 4 games, 7, 5, 3, 1. Maximum Whoppers here in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Whopperelli approved.
Who's playing now?
So now we got Eric Haynes, Boston area player. Has he's one of those players kind of from, he's been playing for maybe 3 or 4 years now, and he's just really starting to hit his stride.
Yeah, gotten real good real fast. You come out to these events, you surround yourself with top players, and it just makes you really good at competitive pinball.
And you have to play up. You got to play up.
And in this new Whopper formula, with Papa Card being so beneficial, we're seeing a lot more tournament directors choose this format, and I'm glad to see it because it is the most challenging type of qualifying.
It's so hard. If you haven't played card, you should.
It's very unique.
It is very unique, and the strategies are endless. The metagaming is crazy.
Yeah.
You don't really, at face value, you really don't think that the meta game exists, and then you listen to someone like Greg here talk about it, and you're like, oh my God, there's so much to do.
For the longest time, this format was gone, so it's nice to see it reprised. So player 3 is Wyatt, right?
Yep, this is Wyatt Winters, another Boston area player. Another player who in the last couple years has really hit his stride.
Yep. And not an easy place to compete.
Nope.
Lots of top players out here.
Yeah, I know he was pretty
Another
thrilled to make finals. And I think historically he's not a player that has an easy time in the card-based format. So
most of us don't, myself included. When you play best card, if you're a player that can get scores, you go into it with a certain level of comfort. You're like, oh, I'll get my games. They'll come.
Get there.
But in this, you have to make smart decisions. You have to have an anchor game.
Yep.
You have to have a game that you can close cards out on, know how to avoid risks. And, making mistakes like tilting on ball 3 can just ruin an entire card.
Oh, yeah.
So, the pressure on decision-making is so much higher.
People say it's harder, but some people don't know this, but the same number of people qualify in card format is best game.
Yeah.
Yes, technically. So this is Mike Haven stepping up.
Yep.
Great player.
Everyone picking Dr. 6 to start with because the most handsome doctor.
Yeah,
it gives you
that's
confidence,
why.
right?
Yeah.
That's why.
Ooh,
but
tough power
no,
out
that's
in
the
Unlucky
the
that one.
Playfield X one,
Yeah.
which is
So I don't know what some of the earlier doctors do, but 6 is the Playfield X, 7 is easier multi-ball.
Yep.
Right.
yeah. And
Some of the earlier ones I just don't know.
and
but-
you can
two-
change when you lock, so no
Right.
one will, unless there's already balls in the lock. You don't
Yeah.
pick 7 to start with.
Yeah.
I usually do 6, and then
switch to
one
7.
one is the I think one is the video mode one. I usually
Right.
do second.
Yeah,
All right, rises the visor here.
yeah. So
Couple
looking
shots
for
there.
multi-ball, yeah. That's probably gonna, I would imagine.
Yeah, Nick's probably like, I already got some sonic booms. Let me pad my lead.
Yeah.
Right. You know, he could get greedy if he wants. He could, you know, get this thing just about down and then get back to the well, get that multiplier going for jackpots.
Now it seems like he shifted back to sonic boom land. Off the top of the swing, but gets it back on the right flipper. Yeah, and he's hitting that shot pretty accurately.
And yeah,
Boom.
he has. Is his multi-ball lit? And
Boom.
ideally, you want to go into multi-ball with the playfield
Yeah.
multiplier.
If you can.
Yeah.
But he used it on ball 1, perhaps?
Used what?
I think he might have picked Dr. 6 on ball 1 already, though, right?
Yeah, you keep that though. Like
Okay, it stays.
Yeah.
All right, so he got the multi-ball start here. Emperor Dalek, 175. He's got to get the balls through all 3 Daleks
Yeah.
of the visor. There's the right. Rattles on the middle, gets the left. Now he just needs the center shot again. And
Oh yeah, I thought that was clean, but not quite.
oh, and he's gonna have a quick
You do
second.
get a restart, right? If you
Yeah.
don't, yeah. So you have to hit the lock to restart this, right?
There it is.
There we go.
And his jackpot progress will carry over. Still looking for the middle. There it is.
There
and that's
we
a
go.
jackpot.
Yeah, 125. Yeah,
125.
that's good. Yeah, like-
Big. And he's nailing some side ramps at the same time. Boomy.
yeah, this is a great game. Yeah, like a couple 100 million was a really good qualifying score on this, right?
Yep.
And what's he? He's probably over.
He's at 3 or
like
4.
300 or
Yeah.
so.
And rises the visor again.
This game, it's so hard to figure out like what your score is at
Right.
when you're in multi-ball. Like,
Right.
Good decision there.
Yep. Yeah, nice cradle. There's the one.
And another jackpot.
nice.
Boom.
Nailed. Oh yeah,
Oh, but he
yeah. This
loses.
is a
Running
great
away with
game.
this now.
Yeah.
Oh, tough drain in the outwind there. Then for all those watching, we're going to try to deal with the player cam. You know, this is the one transmitter that likes to throw a fit. If you've been tuning in at all this weekend, you've seen it. So we'll try to get that. But for now, we'll just shut it off.
Just casually goes right back
Yeah.
to destroying the right upper ramp.
Yep,
Ooh,
back
yes.
to
40 million for that sonic boomage.
Oh yeah, that was nice.
There we
catch
go.
on the upper flipper, and yeah.
Back at it.
That's how you do it.
Yep.
Has his video mode lit, but he's probably.
I
Oh,
don't
he
think
is
he
going
might
for it.
go
I was
for it,
wondering
yeah.
if he was going to go for it or just keep.
And you got 4x lit, you might as
Yeah.
well. Now we're down to 3.5.
Oh, the
back
backhand
end.
on
Oh,
that fly.
oh.
Oh, but it
Oh,
pops
it didn't
out.
Popped the
stick.
wrong
yeah,
way.
that's.
Nice. Yep, back to it.
And to those of you watching at home, if you haven't played Doctor Who, I promise you hitting that ramp is not as easy as he's making it look. Can actually be pretty challenging to repeat like that, but
Ooh.
he's got it dialed.
Oh,
Little,
he wanted it, but
Little-
that's going to be a
yeah.
Billy.
Yeah,
yeah, a little
that's
human
solid.
error, but he'll take his bill.
Huge game for Nick.
I actually ended up being a big Doctor Who fan later in life and thinking like, damn, they should do another one of these games with all the new Doctors. It'd be a good Stern title.
It could
It's got
be,
a big
yeah.
following.
How many Doctors are they up to now?
12,
Okay.
something like that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's plenty. Got 7 in here.
Because, what year was this game? Like 93 or
Something like
94
that.
or something?
Oh, tough. Can't quite get it on the rebound there,
And,
Eric.
Yeah, this was it is Lightning Flippers, but that was standard factory on this.
Yep.
And it's one of the games that like has the long like tilt debounce by default. So
Yeah.
like you can usually get away with
That one's
one
coming
big
back.
move on this.
Right.
Wyatt with the second chance ball save. He's trying to find the ramp now.
Yep. It seems like most of the players can find it for one, but they can't repeat it like Nick has been, and that's
Yeah.
kind of been the difference.
Well, it's starting to get there now.
All right, there we go. Dialed in.
Very nice.
Yeah, Doctor Who's a game. It's fun when you get
Boom.
going, but
Nice.
it's easy to do
Oh,
nothing on it.
my
That'll come back.
God.
It has
See?
the ball save on that.
Yes, it
Yeah.
does.
Oh, it
Okay,
does.
good.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm going to say there's no justice in the world.
yeah. No,
40.
no, they
40.
thought of that.
Yeah. And that's good coding because
Yeah.
some games don't have a safety mechanism
Yeah.
there.
40.
All right, Wyatt takes a
Well,
nice
yeah.
little cushion for second
Yeah,
place
absolutely.
so far.
Yeah, if you're Wyatt, you gotta like that. I mean, you're in a real tough group. Just a game like that can really make all the difference.
Yeah. End up seeing this all the time, but it's always so funny when there's 2 days of qualifying, and as soon as it gets to the finals, you start seeing scores that are better than the qualifying scores.
Yeah,
I know,
yeah.
yeah.
No,
Everybody
that's
just
like, yeah.
turns it up.
like Nick's probably thinking, oh, if I had just done this in qualifying, I wouldn't have to be playing
Right,
this round.
exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
Now we're back to Mike here.
Ooh, yeah.
Tough.
All right.
Yeah, that's how a lot of Doctor Who goes.
We got our classics champion, Nick Zendejas, comes over to the booth to say hi. I gifted Zen his path to victory yesterday, and he took full advantage.
You get half the Whoppers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Commission- commission
yeah,
Whoppers.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can donate Whoppers. All right, Nick's going to video mode with 4X. The dream.
Yeah, your multiplier does carry over from ball to ball, but I believe actually it will time out in the shooter lane, like reduce. So you
Right.
like
Yeah, yeah.
like
Yeah, you gotta-
you do
yeah.
probably want to plunge
Yeah, you gotta get a
relatively
move
quickly
on,
on this.
yeah.
If that,
It comes out of there fast.
It does. Yeah. Scary. Spicy. Oh, no one's really getting any love getting in the
Now,
box
yeah.
what
there.
lights the video mode?
it is those stand-up banks on the
ones you don't shoot for
on the
on
right
purpose?
that escape.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't have to hit individual targets. I don't think.
Yeah.
And if you choose Doctor 1, it'll give you 2 for each one.
Okay.
Wow, big 1.1 bill for Nick.
Yeah.
Huge game.
Would that have been top qualifying score? I didn't look
It would've been close.
specifically,
Definitely
but
would
it
have
was
been top
certainly like
2,
yeah.
3, yeah, right?
Would have been up there.
Any ball save? Yes.
Yep,
okay,
got it
yeah.
back. All right.
And Eric fighting for
Oh,
third,
man.
but I think that's
Brutal.
going to seal a
Yeah.
last place. Yes.
See, yeah.
But
Not
yeah,
enough doctors.
yeah. So we're playing 4 games, so last place is not quite as brutal as
Right.
in the 3 game. But
Yeah, I
obviously
mean-
you don't want to take a last.
I mean,
but-
when you're doing 7-5-3-1, if you can bounce back with
Yeah.
a first or second, you're right back in the mix.
Yep.
I unfortunately learned the hard way that when you're playing 4 games and you win the first 2 games, you're not safe yet. Don't lay off the gas, folks. All right, nice shooting so far from Wyatt.
Really finding that loop now. Just needs to regain control.
Yeah, probably
Nice.
just Yeah, just looping like he.
At this
No,
point.
I don't think anybody's going for multi-ball at this point. If you don't
Oh
already
yeah,
have
I
it,
mean
yeah.
like, but if you're all right, if you're Mike going into ball 3, you've
Yeah, if
got third
I'm-
place locked. Second place is a decent amount ahead of you. I think going multi-ball is actually the most efficient way to
Yeah, I
try
think-
to catch
yeah.
up here.
I think if I'm
'Cause
Mike, I
he
think
could
that's what I'm
Sonic
doing.
Boom, but it's going to be like a lot of grinding, right?
Right.
You're a lunatic. No, just Sonic Boom.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Sonic Boom,
Yeah.
there it is. 40.
I mean, yeah, like a Sonic Boom round
Tough.
is worth
A lot.
120 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, solid game from White here.
227.
Really,
Let's
yeah.
see what Mike's going to do.
Yep. Guaranteed.
yeah, like-
guaranteed at least.
Decent bonus.
Yeah, at least third with this.
And if you never miss a shot, the ball's always in control in this game.
That is
right.
true.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. If you hit shots, you get rewarded.
Like when Walt Wood hit like 100
Yeah.
loops.
It's not easy to hit all their shots, but
Definitely
when
not.
you hit them, it's in control.
I don't know
Mike's
if it was just like
going-
folklore, but I remember Zen telling me once that Kaylee had a Doctor Who in his bedroom and he wouldn't go to sleep until he hit 100 loops or something.
Oh my God.
Daily pinball boot camp.
Set to one ball.
Yeah.
Ooh, weird little tip there. Looks like Mike is going for multi-ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now he's
And
not.
That's why Jared's better than Greg. You just saw it live, folks.
All right, so Mike, even with a rough game, all things considered, still sneaks out with a third. That's pretty big for him. Oh, and we got initials for Nick DeStefano here.
Best Time Lord.
Yep, best time, Lord. All right, well, time to move that rig.
And we
Yeah,
don't-
and this is the top group,
no,
right?
here's-
So
no,
they're
there-
not.
It's not the top group.
Oh, it's
so we have
not.
some
Okay.
delay.
Oh, okay. So we may be waiting if there's other groups going.
Yeah, yesterday in Classics, we picked all of our games ahead of time. I think to maintain the fairness and the integrity of seed advantage, we're going to go back to just doing game by game because the one thing that's
Well,
kind of unfair is like since you have to, all right, if you can pick a game only once,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
wanna be able to
yeah.
keep
Because you
that
might
kind
want to
of-
save it if
like
you have a good
blow up
first
the first
three
two games, you might
yeah,
defer to me in
yeah.
game 3 if you're
Yes.
like, oh wait, now I can,
Yeah.
you know. If you're just tuning in, thanks for being here. Make sure to follow or sub Backhand Pinball. We are here at Port City Pinball for the New England Pinball Championships. I'm Greg Pavarelli here with,
Jared Garvey.
and there's going to be a lot of hot pinball action here today. We're maximum whoppers, 250%, about 61 players, I believe, and some top players in the world in attendance. It's going to be lots of slugfest action going on. We got a pretty diverse bank, and people can't pick the same game more than once, so going to get through a lot of different pinball.
Yeah, so. Yeah, I guess somewhat unsurprisingly, Doctor Who was not the longest playing game.
Yeah,
So.
some of the games like Tron and
Tron, I predict, will be
Guardians
the longest player
will be
here.
long players, yeah. This is kind of the easiest Tron anybody's ever played. Everybody seems to
Yeah.
agree. So I don't know if it's that big of an advantage for anybody to be picking it, but I understand why you would, because if you're an accurate player, that game like wants you to nail those shots. Like it's just like
And yeah, like if you pick Tron, you're gonna have a chance to play it,
Yeah.
which a
Yeah.
lot of people like. Yeah,
and
like,
that's the thing about Tron is it's such an awesome game, but some of them can be so brutal
Yeah.
that they're very uninviting to people because it's like, oh, the best shot is Quora, but it's also maybe the hardest shot. I mean,
yeah.
sometimes.
No, Tron was interesting because like I played it on all my cards, but like it's just like normally they're like, oh, 40 million on Tron, that's a good score, but
Yeah,
it's
but this
like
one was
not
like the
great
baseline.
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was the Papa B Tron. When Papa was selling off its games, Brian got a few of them. Like I know the Fathom is from Papa, the Congo in his basement is from Papa. So he got, there was 2 Trons, and he got the Tron that was the B Division Tron. And I actually have historically always invited Brian to bring a game to Allentown, and Levy and those guys have done the same for NYCPC. And for whatever reason, it's that Tron tends to be the one that shows
Oh,
up.
okay,
So
yeah.
And you know, it's still challenging to break 100 million, but it's fun when you actually feel like you have a chance at like getting to Portal.
Yeah, yeah.
Even though Portal's not the most rewarding multi-ball for Wizard mode, it's just like.
No, you get more points out of like the bonus for getting there, right?
No, we were saying this last night. Like
Yeah.
at a certain point when you're that far in the game, you just go for end of the line because it's over 3 million. So
we have one game going on Foo Fighters. Also, not surprising that that's the longest playing game because that's a very playable Foo Fighters as well.
it is. The right ramp is real friendly, which is not how it usually feels. But I really think Jack Danger did an awesome job on his first Cornerstone title, and excited to see what he's got up his sleeve next. I know a lot of people are like sick of the music rock games, but Foo Fighters feels like it was a very agreeable license, and I've seen them live before. They rip. So.
Oh, okay, nice. No, it's funny because like Foo Fighters is the modern music one, but yeah, they've been around since like the 90s. Were you playing Foo Fighters on your cards, or?
It was in my tickets, because like you said, it felt very fair.
No, yeah, and
like I didn't feel like I had to
card
fight
format, you want to like settle in,
stuff, yeah.
like.
The games that I were playing that were challenging for me, but I picked them anyways, was Metallica and Johnny, and that I love those games, but I felt like those were the riskier ones. Johnny, not because it was hard, but just because like the tilt was pretty tight. And
okay, yeah. Were you playing those games early in your cards, the more ones that you felt?
Usually I'll play the ones that I feel are harder first and second. Yeah,
it's nice to have a like go-to as the last game that you can settle in and feel comfortable on, right?
Especially if you already have your name above the line. If you pick the games that are more challenging and higher risk first, if that doesn't go well, then you could just pick at other people for the rest of your card and not make it a complete waste.
Yeah.
I thought in my head that I might just be doing $10 void if I had to, but it didn't. Thankfully, it didn't get to that point. All right, so what do we see up here? Game 1 was won by Cody in Group 2, and we can't see the name of Group 4, but
let's see.
Player 4 won.
Seamus won it.
Okay, Seamus won on Tron, and we're still going Foo Fighters for Group 1. They're probably, they just finished. Let me ask our host something. Hey, Mark, to avoid any further delay, should we just switch to Group 1, or do you think delays are not a big deal? Okay. The boss, Mr. Mark Padanon, says we're staying locked into Group 3.
I think it's nice to just follow the same group, right?
Yeah. I felt momentarily self-conscious and personally responsible for the delay because I was like, usually you just go with Group 1, but I actually don't like to artificially always start with Group 1 because I feel like it's just like I've seen tournaments where they'll always stream the highest seeded player every round. And you'll end up getting the same person or like...
Well, this, you can't repeat picks, so you do get some diversity in the banks. But, yeah, sometimes if you can pick the same game every round, it not to me, but sometimes the chat will complain about, it'll be like, oh, it's the same games every round.
Yeah. No, I think it's become more and more common that TDs say, you can't pick the same game twice until the end of the tournament. For that reason, it's just like now that we have a lot more integration with streaming and Twitch and like viewership, like
my tournaments, I let people pick the same games.
That's okay. Well, everybody's really good nowadays, right? So it shouldn't be the case that one person just dominates because they're the best player at a game because everybody can blow games up. But I could understand like how it would be boring to watch over the course of. Like, even IFPA, like, I love watching that tournament. It's my favorite tournament, and this year was such a slugfest. It's so many good battles. But, like, it's like, oh, we've watched this game all day,
Have you seen enough Godzilla in tournaments?
Right. Yeah, exactly. I love Godzilla, and people pick it, so it works for me.
All right, that makes one of us in the booth that loves Godzilla.
Well, I mean, it's just, for me, I think Keith really tells a story with his game. So, like, that's one game where I never get bored. Like, I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, if you play Star Trek Stern, a game that I really like, probably doing the same thing almost every time you play it. There's not that much change in your approach.
I do the same thing every Godzilla game.
I don't. I find, like, you know, there's moments where you shift.
Whereas, like, Iron Maiden, I like a little more because I feel like you can blow up anything on my Iron Maiden. It's hard, but, like, if you execute one thing well, like, you have options on it.
Yeah, for sure. And then, you know, your decisions might change because you randomly hit the left spinner and change the mode or, you know, whatever.
Godzilla, I always feel like early game I'm just doing, like, oh, I'm stacking Titanosaur is with the building multi-ball.
So, yeah, that seems to be most people's, like, go-to, right? But, you know, if you happen to use Gigan with lock lit and it's just feeding the right ramp to the left flipper over and over again, you could beat your first round of Jet Fighters, meaning that when you go into your Titanosaurus second, you've got two allies, and you've got both Rodon and Angorius, so it behooves you to not go right to that stack if you want to set it up better first. So, you know, I like the depth.
All right, and I think we are going to the shadow, so we can...
Staying away from the Sterns. Nick is already on it. We're going to give you the cam.
Oh, and I think... Are we switched over yet? It looks like Nick had a quick ball one. Yeah, so interesting thing about the shadow, it's not like 100%, but if you shot the left orbit and held the flipper up, often it would go into that side scoop. So.
Yeah, that's big. That makes that... Yeah, it's so hard to hit that shot with the flipper.
No, yeah, certainly, yeah. So, like, and there is a ball save on it. Sometimes during qualifying, I would drain on purpose to get an extra lane
to get two letters,
to get towards Khan.
Yeah, I could see that. Seems reasonable. Here we are. It's game 2. This is player 2.
Okay, so he's in, what is this, the Farley mode?
Oh, and he kind of did that.
Okay, yeah.
It was like a half shot, right into Con multi-ball.
Yeah, so Con multi-ball is just all the shots are lit for jackpots, and if you do... and he had the Farley mode, it looked like, so you saw the mode total, it was like 60 million, that'll be in bonus, so you definitely don't want to tilt. And if he has one in the lock, so the jackpots are doubled if he hits it. It kicked out there, yeah.
And doesn't make much of Con multi-ball, unfortunately. Yep,
yeah, so you see him going for it, yeah.
And this is a big, easy video mode with a little hack. If you know to pull the trigger, it'll clear all the Furbas and give you extra points. He did not utilize that, though.
I'm bad at that video mode. Are you good at it?
I generally can get at least a couple waves out of that, like some progress.
And it's nice if you're playing on location and really good at the video mode, you can. There's usually an extra ball in it as well, right?
He rattled out of the battlefield and then goes right back into another mode. He's making a good base bonus here. And if you're good with that paddle up top, it can be very valuable.
I think it's 70 million if you finish it, right?
It's his first regular lock. And actually takes the skill shot.
All right, has the multi-ball lit again at that side scoop. After your first one, it does time out, right?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. I think you're right. That's why it's flashing.
Oh, yeah, so, yeah.
That's
so
super,
it's timed
that's super hard.
Yeah.
But you can relight it.
Yeah, it's just doing the lanes again. And he's in vengeance mode from the ramps.
Yep.
You need to do all those lights again. The player-controlled diverters.
Yep. Now he's got the hurry up running on Mongol for the orbits. Lights a second lock. And there it goes.
Does he pull his trigger to get the 3 million? Left 3 million on the table.
Yep.
Yeah, so if you pull the trigger, during that hurry up, it gives you 3 million.
168 million bonus.
But yeah,
Nothing
great ball.
to be disappointed about. And here comes Wyatt again.
Do you generally go for the what do you call it? The main multi-ball, the center one. Do you go for that on this game?
I will generally try to get it quickly out of the way. Just because even though it's not always that valuable per se, it's pretty safe.
Yeah,
Gets you con
and
progress too.
Yeah.
So it's like getting one multi-ball lights the other one.
Certainly during qualifying, tough drain there. But yeah, so in a multiplayer game, it depends on like if there's locks in there, right? Because if somebody locked 2 balls, then you're dealing with that upper feed rather than getting another plunge.
I admittedly forgot that side hole starts modes as well, which is so important. And now that I know that upper flipper does that,
just shoot
I
the
feel
left
like I would have been playing this
left orbit and hold it up. Yeah.
So you get through all the modes and you get to final battle, big points. Yeah,
you don't just get final battle for doing all the modes. You have to do the other stuff as well, right?
Too,
it's like you see those 4 lights at the middle of the playfield, so you have to like finish the mini playfield as well. And
Mike picks up his lock 1. And here's what I meant about the con progress, the in lanes from the plunge, like your other multi-ball. You're kind of getting 2 birds with 1 stone.
And there's the Farley mode. This one, I think it's a switch-based mode, and the upper playfield gives you progress on this mode, so most people go towards the upper playfield when they're in this mode.
And he's making progress on that battlefield with the upper flipper, getting the target down. Oh, flipper fumble. 40 mil bone. He was going for the Mongol there. Gets his ball save.
Ball save's very nice. This game's very scary with no ball save. Like that. Yeah, so, there you see. There was balls locked, so he had to deal with that feed from...
Ball doesn't quite make it all the way around. 1 danger. There. Oh.
Didn't quite get it. Yeah.
All right, so it's not a guarantee.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
See, second time's a charm. Gets
and
his multi-ball.
Multi-ball. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, so I believe all the shots are lit for 20 million each, and if you do finish them all, there'll be a super on the upper playfield.
Oh, did
are those coming back?
Only 1. So multi-ball's over.
Ooh, yeah, that was quick.
Going for main multi-ball now. Rattling a bit.
All right, he starts his Mongol hurry up, and that'll be close to 30 million. Got a full value, but quick drain after that.
So Eric. Oh, actually, it says that.
Yeah, is our player order correct? I can't actually see who is playing.
Which player is playing right now? That's Wyatt.
All right, we are correct on the player order.
So Wyatt is actually the one that's leading. I apologize. I misspoke. Assuming that the order had not changed, but it seems like it has. So Wyatt stays in the lead after 2 balls so far. 260. I think we have to start normalizing booth couches.
It's nice.
Very cozy.
Comfortable. Ooh. Didn't pull the trigger either. People are just leaving these $3 million on the table. Which usually doesn't matter, but sometimes it does.
Yeah, it could. Gets the ball save. Oh, and then that shot just hit the right side of the center ramp there, and it just screamed down the middle. I think he was just making a defensive shot.
No one's played the center multi-ball, whatever you call it,
Yeah,
right?
not yet.
Like,
I think we might see Nick go for it here.
Is he going to have to deal with the feed? I don't know how many locks we have.
No, this one should come out now.
Okay, yeah.
To the.
So now he needs, okay. He needs to survive one to that drop
good
target.
dig.
Nice.
All right. And it started the multi-ball.
Oh, he got both of them right
yeah,
there.
like
right? Yeah.
somehow it grabbed it back up. Oh, no, it didn't give it to him. Looked like it was.
Oh, I thought it might have, yeah. So, all right, so now.
Oh, okay, no, it did
Okay,
start.
it did, yeah.
Weird.
So this multi-ball is, the jackpots are the upper loop, and is it 4 or 5? And then
4,
the
and then
super
the
will be
jackpot
at
is that
the
scoop again.
side
Yeah.
scoop.
And you could double it as well.
Yeah.
Gets one jackpot. Double jackpot lift for 40. Boom.
And yeah, like I feel like were you good at the upper loop on this one?
I hit it a few times. I didn't really play this game that much. I practiced it a few times. It felt very fair for a shadow.
Yeah, I feel like obviously the scoop was a little bit easier if you can just hold it up, but I feel like that might have made the upper loop a little bit harder because like sometimes you'll see people just do the two-way combo.
So he's got conlet again, and it's timed, and he nails it right back into con multi-ball. And Nick making a run at the lead. Yep, about 20 million base, a little bit more. Maybe it grows a little bit with everyone. Oh, triple drain ends the multi-ball.
Probably not much bonus because you
not
didn't play
enough to
mode.
take the lead.
Yeah.
But after having 7 points game one, putting anything up there was big. He's just trying to build towards his total after 4 games. And Wyatt right into con.
Yeah, so many of these games, like the jackpot values are so weird. Yeah, what it's 20.2 million?
Yeah, like what?
And quick multi-ball, yeah, which
That's his second lock.
Oh, nails the left ramp.
3x bone.
That left ramp is scary without a ball save
Yeah.
because like it's easy to brick it and just drain.
Tips it over and
And yeah, we'll see.
that's the end lane.
Obviously going for the multi-ball now. Let's see.
There it is.
And into it, yeah. And yeah, I think there's one in the lock, so he'll get a feed for some of it, and it's going to auto plunge one.
A little bit early with the upper flipper.
And yeah, the center shot will feed the upper flipper and multi-ball or the left orbit, obviously.
Yeah, I guess that's one thing that I hadn't thought about. But if you're using the upper flipper to guide the ball right into the mode start scoop easily, you're not really taking many actual shots throughout the game. So then when it's finally
you're not
time,
used to it.
when it's finally time to take some shots, you're like, oh wait, I don't have this. Got some cows on the screen.
I didn't know this game had cows in it.
This era of pinball, lots of cows. If you've ever seen our friend Nixon Dejas, who's standing by, play AFM, he'll be doing a bunch of button mashing stuff to try to get the cows to show up.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know about any of that, but they're there. There's Easter eggs. All right, so Wyatt at 382 would have been another good score in qualifying.
Yeah, but both players behind them need to do some solid work to catch that score. Would you consider doing the Vengeance skill shot?
I generally avoid this skill shot. I find that it's like a drain risk and not as valuable as just shooting it into the battlefield safely. I feel like that's my go-to.
Okay, yeah.
Like I feel like I almost always hit that on the fly.
But okay, he's nailing some ramps though. Vengeance mode is just doing the ramps, and those you can see the flashing lights. You need to finish them again.
And there's Khan, and he did it on
and
an
I
actual
believe
flip.
Vengeance will carry into Khan, but
Might not show the
I would
animations,
probably
but
ignore it, but
yeah.
we'll see what he does here. And what's his jackpot value at?
We're gonna see.
20.3.
Oh, that's it for everybody. I guess that's the second time I saw that exact number.
It was 20.2 earlier, so there must be like a stand up or something
like
that raises it.
something.
Yeah.
And we've seen people kind of struggle with Khan so far. All right, back into ramps for Vengeance. Progress. I find it interesting that people are ignoring the battlefield. I find like it's usually an easy way to get some points, but
Yeah, and this one, the battlefield
you
plays
can
pretty
stay up
nice.
there, All right, so he's got Khan multi-ball lit again. This one's timed now.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like going Vengeance again.
Yeah, he's hitting them.
And nailing them.
Hey, if you find a shot that's working for you, do it.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's really nailing
them. This is
impressive. But that ends the ball. It's not going to be enough for...
Yeah.
Wait, he might have passed Nick. Yes, he did.
But
which...
Yeah, and doing Vengeance, too, you saw he had a decent bonus multiplier because you're getting the in-lanes from that. Yeah, so Mike has some work to even pick up one position here.
Into the battlefield. Kind of keeping the paddle in the middle-ish, but it scoots by.
Oh, yeah, so...
There's lock 2.
And we'll see if he goes for a skill shot. I predict no.
Yeah, it looks like he wants that Khan. Mongol attack starts. And there it goes, and that's going to be a last for Mike. That ends our game 2 of Shadow. New points calculation is Wyatt is in the lead with 12. Nick has 10. Eric and Mike both have 6. No, sorry, 6 and 4. Mike is 4.
He didn't cash in the $3 million hurry up either. I mean, obviously it didn't matter at that point.
It did not matter, but... And we are still here on the comfy announcer's couch.
Yeah, so
looks like
the
group 1
top
is on
group
Iron
is
Maiden.
on Iron Maiden, yeah. Group 2's on Bond. Shadow we obviously saw, and all Sterns besides the one we watched this round. Yeah, Group 4 is on Foo Fighters.
I've got a feeling Nick might give us at least one Stern.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Well, let's look at his ticket.
Yeah. And what ball are the other games on? Is there a potential for hopping in on one of these games?
So, in qualifying, Nick had the #1 Doctor Who score with 1.1, so pretty much redid himself. Yeah. His second best score was Tron, and then he had the Shadow, and then Guardians and Dipsy Doodle. I don't think we'll be seeing Dipsy
So
Doodle.
we'll probably see Tron or Guardians.
I would say
next,
that's likely. The playable games. Those are like definitely
Yeah.
the playable games. Feeling all right, Mark? Mark's napping while we handle round one. Seems like hanging out with us has a bad impact on Mark. Degenerate lifestyle. Just party too hard.
We all made responsible decisions this week.
Yeah. You know, Zen gets to win the tournament yesterday because I kept him up drinking till 5 in the morning. That's how he wins.
Yeah.
No points total update just yet.
Yeah, I'm going to take a quick peek and see
Yeah,
what
do.
the
You
score,
gotta go
what
be the
games
reporter
are
in the
out there.
field.
Yeah.
Go be the field reporter. I just realized somebody has the chat open on their phone. What's up, chat? No, Mr. Wizcat, I can assure you this tournament has nothing to do with NEPL. This is a championship completely separate from that league. It's just called the New England Pinball Championships.
I try not to interrupt them in games in progress. I just chill for a little bit. Unless it's like. How long does it take? Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be too long, hopefully. No, I mean.
Did we fix the vocal audio? I mean, did we fix the game audio, folks?
Make sure the cameras are like pointing at the correct things, essentially.
Someone asked, is this tournament open to everybody? Why did Zach Sharp get in? He's not a New Englander. Yeah, it was an open tournament. It's, you know. Yeah. Jared came all the way from California.
Gotta collect my channel points, dude. Gotta gamble whenever Dalton gets in chat.
Yeah. Did Dalton just show up? I feel like if there's a Twitch tournament going on and Dalton isn't in the chat, it's weird.
Yeah, it is.
Zen is up on Maiden. He has one in his living room. He won the Stern Heads Up Championship in Chicago a couple years back, battling Kaylee in the Heads Up finals. They went to Game 7, and Kaylee picked the hardest objective on Iron Maiden, and Zen squeaked it. Objective
Yeah,
based.
Zen's at like 170.
Solid score.
Player one, it's looked like Ben was
Okay.
at like 280 or so.
Okay. And Zen won Game 1 on Foo Fighters, so he'll be fine with any points he could put up.
Yeah.
Do Whoppers taste better in New England? With a side of bisque and some chowder. We did find a seafood spot for dinner first night. Some lobster roll.
Cody's in the lead at 393 on ball 3.
Okay. 393 is winning Bond.
180, and then Vince is on right now. He's at 10 million, and then Michael is at 1 mil. So player 3 and 4 got a lot of work to do.
Yep.
Yeah, that Bond, it was easy to have a nothing ball on it. Yeah, like no rubbers on the post.
Maybe a
Yeah.
slightly tighter tilt than the other sterns.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean that's how Bond is. Like if you don't make it really hard, it'll play forever, right?
So I tend to prioritize jetpack, but the super jackpot is so much harder on a premium that I don't
Yeah,
know if my strategy to rely on it is so
you
comfy.
you asked for like a ruling, right? Tori?
Well,
'Cause you
I thought the
hadn't
ball
played
was
much
stuck.
of the premium.
I thought the ball was stuck in the jetpack because I was like, "Where's my super? Why isn't it lit?"
yeah,
and then
it's a little
afterwards,
different.
after the game was over, I was instructed that, or informed rather, that you have to shoot the center target with the jetpack over it to drop the ball into the super, which is a lot more complicated than simply shooting the right scoop.
Yeah, yeah, you kind of have to like trap up and time it. Yeah, it's a little annoying.
The butter lobster roll was on
Yeah, we
the
have to,
menu, but I ordered the standard cold.
Field reporter Nick Zendejas, our classics winner, joining us. Yeah,
I don't know if your mic's on. I don't know how to do that. Mark, how do we confirm if a mic is active? Mark, help. How do we make sure Zen's mic is on? How do we confirm if Zen's headset mic is on? I don't know which one it is, though. Try not
Hello?
to-
That worked.
Oh,
Look at
yeah.
you, Greg.
Did that work?
Mr. Technical Master here.
I hot toed it.
Hello.
I just figured it out.
He said it on stream, folks.
Oh. Seamus has a ball 3 comeback to win Fu, putting him at 14 points after 2 games.
How many points are you at on
Seamus.
Iron Maiden, Nick? Was it like 200 or so? Or?
Yeah, I'm at 200.
And
I got a ball to go.
Player one was it around like 300 or so? Or?
I didn't look as I walked up. He had 280, I think, when I
Okay.
left, but I got some stuff set up, so we'll see. I finally found the shots on it. Got to play it.
Are you loop passing?
No.
Got a loop
Heck
pass on
no.
it.
Heck no. Oh, I play Maiden different than
Yeah.
everybody else. Everybody, I see what they're doing. It's not what I'm doing. I go
But
deep strategies.
That's the adjustment,
Deep
though. Is like
strategies.
when you own a game and then you're playing a different version, coming up with like your new modified approach, right?
I love the mini flipper, dude. Everyone else is afraid of it. I got X's going. I got all this stuff I'm working in.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. But you got to feel out the game, right? Like some games, it's terrible and you can't get those shots with it. So
Yeah.
if it gives it to you, then I'll try to take it.
I
but-
nailed the loop 3 times in a row yesterday, and then on the 4th one, it just drained instantly out the left out lane, and I'm like, oh, maybe that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
again.
at some point you got to bail on the loops unless you're like.
A lot of
You
people are
know.
afraid of the mini flipper, but it's important to remember it's probably more scared of you than you are of it.
That's right. You're much bigger than it.
Definitely. All right, Allison's up, so I'll be next. How'd that shadow game go?
We saw 400 million to 270.
Oh, I'm up.
Good luck.
Right.
Yeah.
You said
so
this
what
is ball
he's-
3?
This is ball 3. I believe Nick has second place secured and probably needs 100 million or so to win the game. I can't see
Yeah.
exactly what it was.
One thing that I thought was interesting yesterday when practicing on Maiden was there was a moment where I had a Tomb Treasure lit on the left ramp,
Yeah.
and I had completed my Eddie ladder progress, and the ramp in the middle would not open until I got the Tomb Treasure out of the way. Like I couldn't get the mode until I wasn't sure if it was just a malfunction.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that seems
It
like
sounded
it's
like
like
it-
a bug or something.
Like, it was weird. I didn't care enough to call over TD because
Yeah.
it didn't matter that car. I was just like playing.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what's happening? No, that's me, dude. I just know because I unmuted that one before, and it was Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I didn't know if you guys traded headsets and moved out.
Yeah. Musical headsets. Tecarelli. Last year, Mark's partner, Sophia, called me Pastarelli, but I did Pizzarelli instead. Got to keep it Italian. Zen was doing such a good impression of a New Yorker at Brian's house. Spitting image.
So are you traveling for many events coming up soon besides this?
So I tend to like gravitate towards the same stuff most years, but nationals being a happy surprise trip, unplanned obviously. You just go when you win, and it was cool to be able to go and do that. I also had some work trips. I had a work trip to Vegas, and I had a personal trip for a poker tournament earlier in the year. So kind of splitting my vacation days a little bit more than usual. So I might be traveling less, but I do have Papa and the Beast on the schedule.
But no Pinburg for you, or?
I didn't get into Pinburg, and I finished 5th in my Pinburg satellite, which was a lottery-based satellite.
Yeah. Who got the ticket?
Jose Chong.
Okay, nice.
Good for him. Nice guy. I hope to get into Pinburg eventually, but if it grows big enough, it will become more likely, which I have confidence it will.
Yeah, I need to advertise. It's the same weekend. I'm running California Extreme same weekend as Pinburg, so if anybody's not into Pinburg, come to California Extreme.
All right. Last year, Steve Bowder won it. Does that sound right? Or maybe 2 years ago?
I think that was 2 years ago.
Okay.
Luke Baxter won it last year. Very good player, but does not travel much.
Okay. Yeah, it's always cool to meet players that you haven't seen travel before, but they're blowing up games. You're like, damn, you should come out more.
Yeah.
I mean, even for this tournament, I don't know Noah that well, but when I saw his ticket, I'm like, oh, dude's a crusher.
Yeah, he was top qualifier by a good margin.
Yeah, I saw that ticket, and I'm like, no, that's not moving it up even a little.
Yeah, obviously a very good player. I guess he just doesn't play a ton of tournaments, but well known for he does a lot of the rule sheets on Tilt forums. If you see him, he is always like posting them, updating them.
We got some Zach Sharp in the house. I think he was naturally vacationing in Maine, so Brian messaged him and decided to come down. Rolled in for a few tickets on Friday, easily got his buy, and then I guess he's on his way here now, probably. And Zen's still going on Maiden, so that 100 million that he needed could be getting closer.
Yeah, he's at 260. I'll take a peek and see what the scores actually are.
Zingy Bingy. Who are you? Is that I just educated guess. Is that Deborah? I don't know.
Yeah, Zen's at 260 now, or 270 now, needs 304, so he's
in bonus.
Yeah.
Oh, Evan Bingham. Maybe I'll come to Trent's Barn. Which tournaments happen at Trent's Barn nowadays? Is it the Amazing Race?
Yeah, that's Evan runs that, right?
Yeah.
And is that like an actual barn? People call
It looks like a
Belcito's
barn.
place a barn. That's not a barn.
Yeah, Trent's is an actual barn.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you in a while, Evan. I feel like I met you the first ever circuit event I ever went to, Pittsburgh Pinball Open. Good memories. Oh, he might have just fallen short based off that ha.
Yeah, he drained. I think that'll be a second for him on Iron Maiden, which after winning the first game, second solid, yeah.
I wonder how Zen ended up being player 4. Was he the second seed in that group? Or maybe he was. 20 mil short.
So I think that was our last game going. So hopefully, we'll be moving to something new shortly.
An appreciation on my behalf that the chat is not outraged by the downtime because I didn't choose Group 1. But we've seen 2 good games so far, and I have a feeling Nick might be bringing us into a stern finish of this round.
Yeah.
He's not safe
Yeah, what
yet.
are we thinking? Probably Foo or Guardians based on his
Tron
Oh,
or Guardians.
yeah.
This tournament is at Port City Pinball in beautiful Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
Portsmouth, is that how you pronounce it?
I don't
Or-
know. Do you know something I don't?
I don't think that's how the New Englanders pronounce it, but yeah, I'm not a New Englander. No.
Yeah. And if you haven't been here before, come through, check it out. It's a great place. Maybe about 30 machines, good titles, very fair payment schedule. I think Brian just asked for $40 for the whole weekend. Played pinball the whole time, help support a friend in their pinball venture.
Yeah, it's
And,
nice here. Yeah, I don't know what I just came for this. I think they're probably open a couple days a week, and it's games on free play and
Yeah.
pay admission.
We've always wanted to try to do something like this in New York, but it's just too expensive. Like,
Yeah, if you have to like rent out a space, and it's hard, right?
the only way it would work is if we got like lucky and then people were willing to pay like towards the rent. Like if people wanted to be like
Yeah.
members and like
okay.
participate,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it really
Yeah.
wouldn't be functional
Yeah,
unless a lot of
like-
people
yeah,
wanted
like
to.
San Francisco's the same.
Yeah.
It's just like so much rent for anything there.
I mean, you got places in New York City, like actual businesses that pay north of $10,000-$15,000 a month just to be open.
Yeah.
So like, even if you get lucky on the cheap side of like a space, you're still going to be
Yeah.
paying a lot of money.
Yeah. All right. Looks like we are going to Tron.
Yes, we are going to see the infamously playable Papa B Tron that the O'Neills acquired.
So yeah, we'll see a lot of
So,
that left ramp to Cora to side ramp and collect your end
Yep.
lines.
and Nick went right into it. A little bit of glare, but nothing too
this
bad.
Scoop kick out is very friendly on this. If you no flip, it goes to the left flipper. If you hold the flipper up, it goes to the left flipper.
And you can live catch if you need to, if you say you're in
And
multi-ball.
Gem very hittable, as you just saw.
and then nails it
yeah.
and falls right into the light cycle. Light cycle multi-ball where the super is a combo based, so if you hit 3 consecutive yellow shots, you'll get the super jackpot. He let that one go and just is going after Quara progress, it looks like.
Yeah, and yeah, the 2 multi-balls. Disc is kind of on an island, but Cora and Light Cycle, you can progress towards one and the other.
He did pick up 2 dangers, though.
Yeah.
Nice jailbreak there to
Yes.
save it. Air defense.
Yeah.
And now he's in good spot here, trapped up. And he's not interested in the super. He's just going right for Quora.
Yeah, I mean,
I go
I
for
always
it.
like to. I find the Cora shot easier from a moving ball, so I always go left
Can
ramp
be.
into the Cora. But
And also, if you have a good light cycle, you can get 20 million in light
Yeah.
cycle. I mean, it's not easy, but you
Yes.
can do it. And it's fun that the left ramp, Quora, side ramp combo naturally gives you the end of the line as
Yeah.
well. So it's like all the things
and
go
he
well.
looks pretty focused on Cora. He's
Yeah.
just going straight for that.
I could get behind that strategy,
Yeah.
though. You don't want to get caught with your pants down and you
Yeah.
didn't get Quora progress. Then it's ball 3. And
Only one more shot to light it. And you definitely want to make sure you get a Cora because that's like the multi-ball. You get out of balls in, and you can kind of settle in a little bit more so than light cycle. I feel like.
Now he's a little bit off. Got to recalibrate it rather. Some disc shot.
Yeah, maybe going just, tough train, yeah.
What, 5-6 mil?
And one shot to Cora is probably more important than
Yeah.
the score at this point.
6 discs and 1 Quora. Why?
Yeah, and hard plunge will usually give you the spinner and progress.
Doesn't do it every
so,
time.
yeah.
And I did have one go all the way around and give me left orbit yesterday too. Sometimes the post
really?
doesn't
Okay.
work. What we were saying there is on your skill shot plunge, you can, in lieu of going for any actual skill shot, full plunge the ball, and sometimes it thinks that you hit the right orbit. And
Yeah, you need to get a couple spins from the spinner.
Mhm.
Yeah, and so light cycle is just shooting those yellow shots. The first one's easy to get to because you only need 4 of the shots.
Mhm.
After that, you need to hit every
all
shot.
of them, yeah.
And he hasn't lit at that scoop now, which he's going for.
He also has 2 dangers though.
Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of fun is those 2 multi-balls, or there's a multi-ball for the disc at the center.
And this can be good, but it seems to be like the afterthought for most people.
Yeah, and it's also kind of on an island, right? Because like you have to specifically go for that, whereas like the other ones you're just hitting shots, right?
Nails an end of the line.
Yeah, so end of the line, anytime you hit the side ramp, if you hit that scoop, it'll give you the end of the line
Progressive.
jackpot, which builds based on combos.
Mm-hmm. As you get end of the line, they get higher in value as you progress. And, it's not out of the ordinary during a good game of Tron to see somebody racking up millions per end of the line. So it kind of becomes the thing in the game. Cleats
Yeah,
are
the
cool.
value holds per ball. It'll reset each ball, but if you're having a long ball, it's not. You can get sometimes like 4 million from the end of the line.
Ends light cycle, but picks up a jackpot for the road. Took a shot on the fly, and now Quara's lit.
Yeah.
A little early on the end of the line. Oh, but
has
ready for
Cora lit
ball
at the
two.
scoop, so we'll probably try to plunge that as next ball.
yeah. Go for the regular skill shot. You can usually give it a bump to get it in there. Here comes Eric.
No, we haven't seen anybody do the hard plunge to try to get that right orbit.
Some
yet.
people don't
Yeah.
don't even think to do it.
Yeah.
I guess it's not obvious that it would work.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, it looked like it was probably savable, but he needed to do a bigger move right away, I
Mhm.
think.
Mike pretty much is desperate for a win here. A second would give him a shot, but a third or a fourth would pretty much mean elimination here. So he needs a good game with Tron. Oh, that's
The free gem shot was nice.
a little ricochet
Yeah.
gem, yeah. Oh, that's a
over and
weird drain
out,
on
yeah.
this. That's what ended my Classics tournament yesterday on Quicksilver. It was just like, oh, I need that spinner rip. Oh, no.
Nope.
No flip. You're gone. Bye. And then I always think like, oh, if I had known and I'd seen it coming, I could have nudged a little bit. Like, could he have stopped
Yeah.
that? Probably. If he had thought like, oh, it's moving too fast and given it like a jostle, probably
Yeah,
would have
if you
slowed it
know
down.
it's coming,
but
yeah,
you don't
you can,
expect
but
it on the
yeah,
stern.
yeah,
That's
so-
not a common occurrence thing. All right,
Yeah, so
Nick, right back
I
up.
believe needs one shot for
Cora.
Cora.
Yeah. 5 for disc.
Yeah, so he's probably going to go left flipper, disc, right flipper.
What was
Or-
that?
Yeah, I don't know what.
Yeah, you would think right flipper Quora, left flipper disc. That almost looked like a shot at the right orbit.
Yeah.
Now he's only 4 away. I don't know what he's shooting. I have no clue what is the value.
Confused as well. Definitely going for Quora from the right flipper, but I don't know what he was shooting for from the left.
There it is. And Quora's lit. And he's loaded it. And we've got a boom.
All right, yeah. So Quora starts out as a 2-ball multi-ball, but the visor that just raised, you hit it 3 times and you get to add a ball.
Yep, and it's usually a good idea to get it ready with the ball save on, which it looks like he's doing.
Or, yeah,
He's going to try to take his end of the line.
Yeah, it's scary if you don't have, if you have it 2 shots away, because like if you have it 1 shot away, you can usually just get it in the grace period and keep your multi-ball going.
Yeah, if you have 1 ball trapped and you know you need 1 shot for the add ball, it's not a terrible idea to just slow down and save it. But there could be an argument for adding the ball right off the bat just to try to start racking up points too. I don't think either one is wrong.
Yeah, and so the super jackpot in Quora is that very tight upper flipper gem shot.
Mm-hmm. I always personally feel like end of the line is preferred by me over the supers, but like it's a happy mistake if you hit it.
Oh
anyways.
yeah, certainly. This one, the gem was more hittable than a lot of them.
Yeah, because it goes slower.
Yeah.
Like the ball seems to slow down after you hit Quora.
Yeah, I usually like make a call if I'm going for the gem. If it feels like a really slow ball, sometimes I'll go for it.
Pushes it over.
Yeah, and that gem shot's also your bonus multiplier. So if you hit it a bunch in 1 ball, you can get pretty good bonuses on this game.
Staging and just needs the gem to light the next light cycle as well, which will stack with Quora. Nails it for the super and the light cycle, but he could do a quick bailout and he misses. But it's okay because
sometimes it's nice to crisscross them because then you can
like
progress towards the next Quora while you're in light cycle.
Right, like the same way you use Doc Ock to get black suit, you could use light cycle to get Quora. And we're into light cycle 2.
Yeah, so he's probably just going to be trying to nail that Quora shot in this.
And there's 1. All right, now this time he's going for the super, and he's got it ready. And
all right, is Nick a 2-stager?
Yeah, he was staging.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't tell if he was trying to 2-stage and screwed it up or was just dropped the other ball.
For me, it's so funny on this game. I can stage to hit the shot on the side ramp, no problem. But then whenever I try to stage to open up the left orbit to shoot it,
I always find that harder.
Screw it up.
And then when you're flipping with the other one, then you flip it away.
I'm like, what's the difference? Why can't I mentally do it? It's just one slight change.
Yeah, so
All right, disc is ready. And disc can be very valuable. And I don't know, was he shooting for double scoring?
Perhaps, yeah. So double scoring will be that Tron
there we
side
go.
bank there.
Disc, you can get jackpots with the lit blue shots or the middle. And then once you've hit enough jackpots, the visor will go up. And you'll have to bring it back down by hitting it to light the super jackpot.
And there is a restart on disc if you don't get to the super, which
10
is nice.
seconds timer, yes. So another one of these multi-balls where keeping 1 ball trapped, generally always wise. We might have finally found our game for Group 3 that's going to take the longest.
Yes.
And the restart's ready. Early off the...
and
it's always so pays the cost of not keeping a ball trap.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
31,
yeah,
though.
good ball, yeah.
31 after 2 balls.
And, yes, Wyatt has Quora lit at the scoop.
Over plunges the skill shot.
Let's see if we can get
Second time.
Nice. Yes. So. Yeah, so same thing. Yeah, we'll see if he primes the out of ball early in this one.
Yeah. He goes right for it.
Yeah,
I think that's fine.
Yeah, like the first one I usually take right away.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to start the second one right away
Yeah.
like he did here, but you know.
And often you do just get it by accident because if
Yeah, it
you're
just
if you're
happens.
missing the core a little early, you hit that visor usually.
Yeah. So he goes from 2 to 4 balls and has 2 trapped on the right, which is a bit awkward because the valuable shots are with the right flipper. But in this situation, you would think right orbit to end of the line
Yeah.
combo. Breaks his trap.
And only one shot to light cycle as well, that left orbit.
Right. And this is the kind of situation where you might try to do that awkward stage.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, I know how to stage, but I can't seem to get it right now. Oh, and there it goes. Unfortunately, didn't get that much value out of this Quora.
Yeah, now.
But right back to it.
Oh, yeah, I'm surprised not just going for the light cycle. Because, yeah, that left orbit will have multi-ball lit, but I don't know, that is like, you don't shoot that left orbit a ton on this game,
Yeah,
right?
it's hittable,
Yeah.
but yeah. Upsteps Eric, also looking for a win here.
Yeah, so.
Nails Quora.
Quora.
It counts it, but it didn't go all the way through.
Yeah, is it just, you just need to hit the spinner, right?
Yeah,
to
just
get
needs to
credit
kinda
for it?
kiss it.
Yeah.
Needs a little
Oh,
smooch.
and yeah, that's no ball save there. A little too late. All right, yeah, Mike's
Did
stepping
you
up.
attend to that?
Not
Did you read that? Yeah, the
I did, yeah. I think it's the playfield cam or the player cam trying to connect.
so did you turn it off?
Make it like a terrible noise.
But you
If we shut it off.
So you did, right?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. Chat, we're back to functional.
Yeah, every time we turn the player cam on to try to fix it, it makes a bunch of noise and everybody complains.
Oh, yeah, it goes for that backhand of the scoop.
Backhand pinball.
Yeah. And this game, it post passed pretty well. This one. Oh, tough outlane drain.
Ready for ball 3, but this being a high-scoring example of Tron, expecting the lead to take a cushion here. How long is it going to take until Twitch has like one of those emoji faces for the Hawk Tua girl? Like, is that already a thing? Yeah, you know, like the.
I guarantee
Somebody's already got it.
Streamer has put it in their chat.
There's a skill shot.
Yeah, so if I remember correctly, well, obviously we see he needs all the shots for light cycle, but I don't think Nick's super close to core either. But yeah, 5
if
shots.
He was to complete,
and played disc already. So, oh, does he have C?
I think
is
C
he
is ready.
Simulation.
It's impossible to tell if Flynn if the light is actually on or not.
No, C simulation's like weird because I think the scoop's kind of flashing a little bit, but it's hard to tell. It's not obvious on this
yes,
game.
C of simulation
Yeah.
starts. A very valuable little, I wouldn't call it a mini wizard mode,
Yeah,
but
let's
one of the more
see.
valuable modes
Did
in
he
the game.
finish gem? So
So-
yeah, you get it's progressive. Those modes you see at the middle, you get 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, but he needs clue now, which is
Right. So the thing about this is that right orbit, if he had gotten all the way through, it would light Flynn's arcade, which gives progress in this
Yeah.
mode. So in this mode, if you can nail right orbit to side ramp to scoop for both end of the line and progress through C, that is the best way to navigate a sea of simulation. You could beat C without hitting anything else other than right orbit.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of the other modes you tend to hit the shots, but like often instead of hitting the gem, people go the right orbit to the
That
scoop.
gem and the Zeus targets, I like to try to
Yeah.
avoid. Some of the other ones are playable. But nails the left orbit on the fly. So that defeated Clue.
Yeah, so and you get like the 3 million for finishing it. So,
So
we're
he's got
on
the Zeus targets
yeah.
flashing, and he's going for him.
Yeah.
Interesting approach. The one on the far right there can be dangerous, and he survived it.
So that'll be a 4 million stand up, right?
Yep. Well, he's got one more, and there it is. Oh, one
no,
of the
it's one of the
lights
lights
is
out. Okay,
Must be
it
the U.
Yeah.
But he gets it. Completes Zeus. That's a 5 million shot. And this is big value.
Well, and he had
here.
already finished Korra, so that was the Zeus and the Korra.
Bonus is also big here, so
Yeah.
don't tilt.
Yeah, great ball though. Yeah.
Great use of C. 2x 6.7 mil. Half of the value of that mode came in bonus at the end.
Yeah, somewhat weird and unique thing about Tron is the double scoring will actually double your bonus. So
You could drain on purpose.
yeah, like if you're
If you
ball,
know,
if
yeah.
you're ball 3, player 4.
And that's a 3 million extra ball that's lit there on the scoop.
And extra ball is just from ramps, if I remember correctly.
I believe it is 4 of each ramp,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken. But I know that it is ramp based. Takes the 3 mil. And he just needs the left orbit for his light cycle.
So do you worry about Clue if it's running?
I don't really do much with that, but only 2 more Korras, so
Yeah.
his insistence to ignore light cycle and stay focused on Korra is working. Oh,
You
and I
doomed him.
jinxed it. Sorry. Commentator curse, and that gives him a chance at second place.
Yeah, the players 3 and 4 have some work to do to catch that score.
Well, the thing is, Eric needs to pass Wyatt to not face elimination, because if it was to end with Nick at 17
yes.
and Wyatt at 17, a 9-point 9 points won't be enough to chase them down. And that's that's unfortunate, but Eric is not going to be advancing.
Yeah, and
now Mike
Mike's
needs
in
a
the
win.
same situation. Yeah, he needs to come back and score this. Yeah, so, well, hopefully Mike crushes this, but
Mike passing 28 is enough to give himself a shot.
And yeah, has light cycle.
Yep, nails it. And here we go. Start chopping the wood. There's
And
that.
yeah, this is certainly doable on one ball in Tron. Like it's like,
Oh, on this Tron, the 28,
yeah,
for sure. Is that an attempt at a backhand?
Ooh, yeah, not quite
All
sure.
right.
Yeah, but
No, off to Corland.
yeah, your first core is not that many shots to get to, so that's probably what you're going
gets
for
two
right
dangers there.
after you play your first light cycle.
Needs 5 more.
That was light cycle.
Oh,
it
light
didn't
cycle was
show.
five
It
more,
didn't
okay.
show the Korra.
Probably 3 or 4 more Korras. That's the thing about Korra, though. It does not get any more challenging. It just lives right where it is.
And yeah, and if you're hitting your shots in this game, you're in control the whole time.
So he's got double scoring running and 2 dangers. So 4 more discs.
It's not showing his Korra progress.
Yeah,
He's
it won't.
hitting other stuff first.
Too many animations at once.
Yeah.
Thinking about, he's like, do I go Korra or do I just get disc?
Korra, I feel like you got to do Korra.
Yeah, that's the answer. Let's hit bounce over.
I think that was a Korra shot, but
It's hard to be
yeah.
sure. No, maybe he's
Maybe.
going disc. Did he get 2 out of that? Yep, he did.
Only 2, yeah.
Oh. There it is. Safe. Needs one more. Be a nice game.
Yeah, that's the scary one. 'Cause
It was early. That feels so bad when you miss.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, it nails it. So, so disc, the other shots do build the jackpot value, right? But you have to hit the disc over and over again to
To actually
cash
get the
it.
super, yeah. You get points